Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you how I placed top 1 on the current tournament going on in Anime Last Stand. It's going to be a bit of a different sort of tutorial. I'm not going to be telling you, for the most part, very specific units to use, more so strategies and I guess some units that you could use in order to get these high placements. Not really a specific team. Anyway, this is the team I'm going to be using for this tournament. I got Wukong, Gojo, Madoka, Immortal King, Yojin, and Idol. And there's just souls on them as well, in case you want to copy what I'm doing. Alright, let's get into it. Obviously, first thing you do, place down your farm units. You don't need Robin for this tournament, thank God. I do not have her, I don't want to pay for her. So anything works. Now, I like to only farm until about wave 4, and then I start saving up to place down Wukong. I do feel like Wukong is essential. His typing works very good for this tournament, so he's a very good starting unit to place down, along with getting his godly buff. So I feel like he's kind of a must pick. But anyway, I like to upgrade him enough so he could start killing the units at the front, because the most important thing to do, if you're to take anything away from this video, is that for tournaments, you gotta keep that enemy number below 100. I'll keep talking about that in a minute, but what I'm currently trying to do is I'm trying to place down my Immortal King as cleanup in the back. So all those enemies that I let leak at the start, they're all gonna get cleaned up by him, and it's gonna be no problem. After placing my starter and my cleanup in the back, I just keep upgrading my farms, try to get them to max, and then I place down my Gojo in order to prepare upgrading him to max, because he's gonna be a really good stall for us with his really good ability, and he also has his nuke. After making sure my Immortal King cleaned up everything in the back, I move him up to the front with everybody else, and it's pretty smooth sailing. After that, I place down my Madoka finally, and I just keep upgrading everybody. If you're curious, the reason I brought Madoka, even though like the entire tournament is nerfing light and magic units, is because even with all those nerfs, she still does a crazy amount of damage. Like, I believe she gets the most damage out of every unit in my team, so still don't sleep on her, and she's got a 2 trillion nuke, so very helpful. Also don't have Goku, so yeah, that's the main reason, to be honest, just to be straight with you. Like, going back to what I was talking about earlier though, you want to keep the enemy count below 100, because if it goes above 100, it doesn't spawn any more waves, which limits how many enemies you could kill, which puts you lower on the board. So you always gotta keep that number below 100. Anyways though, rest of the game, pretty simple. I just pop my nuke if the enemy count ever gets around like 90 or so. And I try to save a big nuke at the end, or in my case, if you're using him, Immortal King, I'll save him for the end. I guess unit-wise, some characters you could use, obviously, have Idol, Robin, Yojin, and then for actual damage dealers, really recommend Wukong. really recommend Wukong. He's going to do really good for you. And then you want to have at least 2 nukes, I'd say. So Gojo, very good. Madoka, Goku, the new Gilgamesh unit, if you happen to have him. And yeah, there's probably a couple more. I can't really name any off the top of my head. Here at the end of the game though, I just pop my Madoka ability, get rid of all the bosses, and then I use Immortal King, wipe out the rest of the enemies that are spawning in, and yeah, 1094. That was number 1 score on the leaderboard, so I'm tied for first place. Let's go. Damn.